The Pearl Summary. The Pearl takes place in a small village on the outskirts of La Paz, California. It begins in the brush house of Kenu, Jana, and their baby Cuiteto, a family of Mexican Native Americans. In the midst of Kenu and Jana morning routine, Cuiteto is stung by a scorpion that has fallen into his hanging box. Aware of how poisonous the scorpion's sting is, Jana orders that the doctor be gotten, and when the doctor refuses to come to them and they go to the doctor themselves. Ken, Jana, Cuiteto, and their neighbors proceed together to the city. When the servant reports their arrival, it is would cure insects bites for little Indians without compensation. The servant informs Kenu that the doctor will not be able to see them, and Kenu punches the gate, infuriated by the doctor's evident discrimination. Kenu and Jana sit up in their canoe to search for pearls. Kenu dives down to the sea floor and finds one oyster lying alone, gleaming from within. Upon returning to the canoe, Kenu opens this oyster last and finds within it the most perfect pearl in the world. News of Kenu's pearl spread rapidly through the town, inspiring desire and envy in everyone who hears of it. When John Toms asks Kenu what he will do as a rich man, he responds that he and Jana will be married in a church, that they will have new clothes, that he will have a rifle, and that his son will receive an education. The priest visits the brush house to remind Kenu and Jana to thank God. Then the doctor, inspired by the news of the pearl, arrives in order to treat the baby. He administers a first treatment and predicts that the poison will strike within the hour. Within the hour, Cuiteto indeed becomes ill, and the doctor administers a second treatment to cure him. Kenu promises to pay the doctor after sealing the pearl, which the doctor feigns not to have heard about. That night after dark, Kenu hears noises in the house and manages to strike a thief looking for the pearl with his knife, but is also struck in return. Jana begs to no avail that they get rid of the pearl. The next day, Kenu and Jana, followed by their neighbors, go to visit the pearl dealers. The first dealer Kenu visits assesses the pearl at a mere 1000 pesos, declaring it too big and clumsy to be worth anything more, though it is clearly more valuable than he lets on. Kenu accuses the dealer of cheating him, so the dealer instructs Kenu to ask around for other appraisals, which are even worse than the first. Kenu concludes that he has been cheated and decides to go to the capital for a better estimate. That night, Kenu fights off another attacker. Jana tries to throw the pearl into the ocean, but Kenu follows her, rips the pearl away from her, and beats her to the ground. Some minutes later, Jana rises to discover that Kenu has been attacked yet again, and this time has killed his attacker. Now that Kenu is guilty of murder, Kenu and Jana truly must leave the town. As Kenu approaches the canoe to prepare for their departure, he sees that someone has made a hole in its bottom. Then, upon seeing that their house is engulfed in flames, the family seeks refuge in John Tom's house. They flee north at night time, pursued by trackers who have followed them from the village. The family retreats into a cave on a mountainside, under which the trekkers come to rest at night. When it's completely dark, Kino prepares to attack them, but as he is about to, Kuteto lets out a cry, provoking one of the trekkers to shoot at what he assumes to be a coyote. Though Kino succeeds in killing the man, Kuteto has already been shot dead. Jana and Kino, united and beleaguered, walk back to the village side by side with Kuteto's dead body and Jana's shawl. Kino throws the pearl back into the sea. इस चैनल को सब्सक्राइब करें, वीडियो को लाइक करें और बेल आइकन क्लिक करें ताकि हर आने वाली नई वीडियो से आप बाखबर रहें। शुक्रिया।